Hello world, WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So for this episode, I'm going to try to limit my episode times to around 30 and 35 minutes consistently so that you'll be more easily able to, well, partition how much time you need for each episode. Anyways, without further ado, let's actually get started. Now, what I'm going to be doing is try to get this automation of the liquid DNA to a much less sorry state. Currently, there's 1.7 buckets in here. That's not exactly how many I want. I'm going to want a few more than that. I was working on the isolator quite a bit to get a bunch of productivity stuff and etc., but I'll just show you what I found so far. So I found some nocturnal flowers, etc. One of my favorite ones that we're going to need to work on is the long lifespan serum. But the shortest lifespan serum and the maximum fertility ones are the ones that we're going to be using for our next little project, quote unquote. So currently liquid DNA is a little hard to come by, and the fact that, well, analyzed bees give a lot more than others is interesting. Now, okay, I'm gonna stop myself for 1 second. How come I have 9 Imperial drones from one of them? That is very odd. Anyways, so we're going to want to move the gene pool eventually, but as I've already said, analyzed bees actually give twice the amount of liquid DNA, so what we need to do is get something that will give analyzation. So we'll take our analyzer, move it in so that it accepts all of our bees, and it needs honey as well. So let's see, we're going to need power as well as honey, as well as an item output. So if we put it here, we can put the input there and route the energy at the bottom. That's probably what we're going to need to do. So first of all, place this so that it can start getting filled with honey. We're going to need to give it some power. So just simply bring it over here, and my beatific effect, whatever, seems to be activating. Wish there was some way to stop that. Anyways, we got the analyzer here. Now we're going to need to bring the tubes over so that it goes in here. So we need to make some more tubes, or what we can do is eventually upgrade it so that instead of tubes we use relays, but we're still going to, instead of pipes we use relays and tubes, but we're still going to need to have more of that in the future since, well, there are some workarounds that we can use. But anyways, let's not worry about it too much right now and get some cobblestone transport pipes to go over to over here. Yes. So just bringing this over, we're going to have the bees go in here, and we'll just need to turn this pipe off, rather over here. If we don't have something, we'll just put that closed and items will go into the red slot instead and get analyzed. Now we're going to need to pull the items out, so we have the autarkic. Yes, I pronounced it correctly. Woohoo! So we have the autarkic gate, and we'll just get some wooden transport pipes, and we're going to want to move this so that it goes into the hopper. Ooh, we're going to need to move this as well eventually. But let's see, is the analyzation taking effect? Yes, it is. So, wooden transport pipe, autarkic gate. And now we need to bring the items out so that they go into the correct area. Now, unfortunately, this thing is going to be a bit of an annoyance, so what we probably need to do are tubes and a relay. This will allow us some stop hopping around. You're not doing any good over there. This will leave us some expansion in the future, so just grabbing our relay. Do I even have my relay anywhere anymore? Anywhere anymore? Let's look around for that blasted contraption. I shouldn't have moved it anywhere, really. So, be right back. bum 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 ba dum ba bum. Da 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 da. Okay, so we got our relay. We got enough tubes, I think. So let's see. We just need to break this a bit, put some tubes down, and we're going to need to make this a little more user-friendly by actually changing it so that... Where is my blasted screwdriver? There it is. Turn this around, and there. Presto, changeo, relay, working. Good. So now we have the ability to just bring this up, and this won't be good, so we need to bring this up as well and have it so that the item... Hey! Can you please behave for once? Thank you. Okay. We also can bring the power line over here since we're going to need to take the hopper and use our gene pool. So we're going to just take the remaining stuff out of there and move our gene pool so that we can feed directly in. So let's see, where will we want the stuff to go first of all? Well, it's a little unfortunate with that there, so probably the best way to do this is to have another one of these, another relay feeding into... Well, this will feed into the relay, and we'll have tubes that will feed into all of these. We might need a different exit port, but that is going to be easily enough to create. If we move the valve over, or instead move the valve so it's behind here, or behind over there, the one for the honey, that might be able to free up some space. Now, it might have been better if we managed to get everything a little less funky. Also, we're running out of area. Oh, what the heck? You're not supposed to go there, are you? Oh, fudgesicles. That is one problem that I didn't foresee. Okay, so that means we might have to do this instead, and let's see where that goes. It brings at least this one in, but does... So the analyzer doesn't seem to play well with tubes currently. This isn't analyzed, but these are analyzed. This is not analyzed. So unless there was a dedicated area, maybe the bottom will bring it into this slot. I'm not too sure. But until we route that correctly, it's going to be a bit of a headache, so to speak. Speaking about headaches, let's keep that going. And we should probably keep this going in the meantime, because otherwise we're just wasting a bunch of bees. That is not the great one. Correct. See? We're just throwing everything everywhere, which is not something that we'll want to do. So we'll keep that going in the gene pool until we figure out how we can set this up so that it's more appropriate. First of all, let's take some of the analyzed ones that we have for now, throw them into here. And okay, so I'll work on this, figure out what side the tubes allow this for. I might have to be forced to use pipes, but then again, apiarist pipes would be good for this. If we use apiarist pipes, we can send the bees directly into here and move the relay here instead, so that's what we want to do. And these do use the Buildcraft API, so we should be good for that. So, put this here, and put the relay so that it'll be, we're going to need to change this first of all so that the items go in the black. It doesn't matter which one it is, and we'll just turn this around so that it's up, and these should not connect anyways, so we should be good. So bring this down, have our hopper, get a little hoppy over here, and move you back to where you're supposed to be. Thank you very much. So we'll move this, and we'll move it so that it's here for now. So the stuff will get a little hoppy. We'll have somewhat of a buffer here. We'll turn it so that when there's items in the inventory, we'll do an energy pulse. So obviously it's not working right now, because we're going to need to figure out if there's actually a good thing here. Okay, when there is energy, or let's say when there's no redstone signal, that will probably be good. So when there's no redstone signal, it'll put everything into here, and then it'll go onwards. And now all we have to do is clear this inventory so that we don't waste any liquid DNA, and in the meantime we can put our liquid conduits down. Now the problem is we're going to need the energy conduits to go under, so that means these will have to go like so. And take this out, and we're going to have to wait for some liquid to go into these before anything can happen, because they'll start joining up right away, and that is not what we want. So let's make that process a little easier by taking a few honeydew, throw them in here, and once they get processed, there we go, there we go, and there we go. Now that we have that, we won't have to worry about that. So this will be all the liquid DNA. It'll go out there. We're just going to need some levers to turn these on once we get that covered up like so. And all that's left to do is move this. So I'll get this ready to move, and, well, I'll see you in a few. Okay, we're going to lose some energy, only 2k worth, so let's deconstruct this, so to speak. And we're going to switch this for now so that we don't actually run out of energy for a drill. So we can tell if it's working. If this actually works, we'll pull items out, and it'll just start working on its gene pool mechanics, and it'll give a lot more than the other ones because, as I said, it can give a bit more. Well, yeah, it can give a bit more. Derp. So we'll let this liquid DNA fuel our synthesizers and our other machines for now. We don't have any else in the tank, and currently only the synthesizer is 52% full. So we'll need to, well, get that to standard. So covering up these pipes the old-fashioned way, so to speak, we'll still have this open for feeding up, say, if we have these, you know, good for something. Okay, the inoculator. Now, obviously, this is only somewhat half of the stuff that we want to do. So we are able to analyze all the bees that we get. And excuse me while I eat my apples of crunchiness, I will want to be able to get that. So we got that stuff going. All the bees that are going into here are analyzed, and because of the quirky nature of this, it seems like it's actually going ahead, though the gene pool does not exactly like my company. So we can build up a buffer, but I'm not too sure on how fast the analyzer is in comparison to any of the other parts. So we might need 2 analyzers per gene pool, but considering that the analyzer, if it's given like 2 of something, so 2 Imperial drones, it can work on both of them at the same time, assuming that the stack actually matches like so. Now it has to be quick enough for it to be able to do that. That's probably just based on luck. But if we need to, we'll add another one of these in. If not, we'll just have to be lucky. So actually, this works out well. So anything, actually we'll turn this to any bees. And if anything works like that, let's see. Going to have to test that to see if the next bee... Okay, there's a group of bees here right now. What I'm thinking is that if this is full, it'll go through the green path. So it went through this path because it's open, but if this is full, it should be smart enough to realize it's full, and thus all the extra bees will go into the green path, thus going into the gene pool, thus not slowing down the process. So even though they won't be worth quite as much, it still will work out in the end. So let's actually get some splicing. I'll sort my inventory once again. I'm really horrible with these inventory stuff. I'll sort it once again, make sure that I don't have as much junk as I currently have on my possession, and then we'll work on the next part, which is bee slicing. I mean splicing, of course. Don't want to slice up the bees. Okay, so we got everything ready. We have a lot of bees in here, and I am working on some of the latest lines. So I've been doing some genetic work on here, and unfortunately, the genetic uh, manipulation didn't seem to work, so to speak. So let's see. These are probably what I'm going to work on right now. Currently, I think they are cave dwellers, though I'm going to have to check my analyzer to see if this batch is the cave dweller. Yes, it is. So this works underground. So what I'm going to do is change these so that they are, well, currently they are the best type of for fertility, but instead of the shorter life, I'll change them so it's a shortest life. Let's analyze this rocky drone as well, and we see that it's the same. And also, seeing as we have a huge stack worth, we'll probably just shoot those in to be analyzed. And our free apiary right here will take. So, in the interest of time, I'll continue my bee breeding of that rocky one, but I think we're good. So, we're going to want to inoculate these. And no, it's not a messed up process. So also we'll want to put these rocky drones in here so that they get analyzed and spliced up so that they get a lot of liquid DNA. So inoculator, I seem to be saying so a lot. We'll want to inoculate both of these bees. Currently they're fast and shorter life, and they're purebred. So worst comes to worst, I just, get something better. So I got shorter lifespan. And we already have maximum fertility, so that's not what we're going to work on. So this is awful quality, so it might take a few charges for either of these to work. So just inoculating both of these bees, it's going to take quite a bit of energy. Hopefully it's actually working and not just being a bit of a prude. Maybe there's a bit of a, might need to analyze to see if it can go first, or something to that effect. I'm not sure. Liquid DNA is still going, and my dream, so to speak, is to have this completely full of liquid DNA, so we'll be able to get the best bees rather, synthesize enough of the fun stuff to perhaps make our wintry princesses not as sucky, because some of that stuff we'll want to work on as well. Anyways, we'll want to expand on this, but have it so that, yes, so just expanding it with one. Now there's two ways about expanding our cave dwellers. We're probably not going to want frames, because all we're really going to have this do is pump out bees to make liquid DNA. So going up here, we can just probably expand on it like so, and we'll be okay. So this will be our rocky ones. We're going to want to clear out the desired area. We'll need an apiarist pipe, a cobblestone pipe. We got the cobblestone pipe, and we got the apiarist pipes. And let's see, apiarist pipes, cobblestone transport pipes, wooden transport pipes. So we can arrange them like that. And all that will be left to do is, we're going to need the iron as well. Cobblestone, like that. We'll set this up to be similar to how it was before. It's going to be, let's see, items. Let's see what it is. Anything will go in the black lead, but any bee will go in the other one. So anything, any bee, so only the rocky ones will go back here. And we'll just need an iron pipe and an autarkic. I can't pronounce it right, even though I pronounced it correctly earlier. I can't seem to get it. I'm so confused. Now, you're probably wondering why am I bothering getting the bees so that they are cave dwellers as well? Ooh, that's a lot of bees currently. Well, the reason is the fact that, well, cave dwellers, we can expand this system. Currently, the limitation is surface area. We need a lot of light to be able to get the bees to breed, etc., and work, but it's not really advantageous to have great pillars of light descending upon the darkness or anything like that. Sounds like a Dark Knight trailer or something. Oh my gosh, I'm getting reminiscent. Okay, so a target gate. Anyways, it's not advantageous to have that. However, what we can do is have make pillars eventually with all of our liquid DNA that we are going to need to save up to do so. Giant pillars going out so that we can manage to have big assembly lines of every single type of bee. So for instance, iridium and other ones like that. This is not the target gate we want. We want to make an iron one. Iron atarchic. Can we get the atarchic gate? Okay, we need an iron atarchic gate. I'll go for the AND gate. And it's going to require an iron gate and a pulsating chipset. So we're going to need an iron gate. That will require red wires, which we do not have. We need red dye to make the red wires. So red pipe wires. Now, there's another thing that I'd like to automate, though I have been having a little difficulty when it comes to tubes to be able to do so. I want to be able to make... we're going to need iron and redstone. I want to be able to automate the frames getting put in. Currently, it's very manual, and the fact that I don't have anything whatsoever to put in is a bit of a problem. So, for instance, there's no frames in any of these, and, well, I have a bunch of these ones that I made myself, but they're not exactly proving to be very effective. They don't exactly last long. Anywho, we could make apiaries and we won't need any frames to do so. Hang on. That takes a huge surface area though, so it might not be good. There's probably no point in doing that, though they might handle tubes a lot better. I'm gonna have to think about that in the future and do a few trials. But to keep our bees going, we're going to need that. Anyways, what was I going for? Yes, redstone and iron. I got the iron here, but I don't think I have any redstone currently. Unless it doesn't need redstone. Of course it needs redstone. And we're just going to have to find it. Redstone. Oh gosh, this is getting full with useless stuff. Be right back. I'm gonna sort through this to make sure it doesn't jam. So I found a bit of redstone, and because I only had like one ore left, so we're going to need to make the red pipe wires somehow. Hey, what the heck are you doing? Where is the red pipe wires? Are you not there? Red pipe wire, please? It's odd. There we go. Okay, red pipe wire requires redstone, rose red, and iron ingots. I got the rose red, and there we go. Took long enough. Thank you very much. So we got, oh, it was made already. That's why. So we're going to make the iron and ore gate. Is it ore or and? Does it really matter? Not really. We're going to have to wait for that to finish. But while that's going on, we can check our inoculations. So we can check if they're well knocked up and everything. Okay, getting a little creepy there. I think so. So, let's jump down into the Merry Blue yonder to see how that's going. That's still going well, and we're getting actually a visible amount of liquid DNA, so we'll keep that up. And inoculation. Still at a shorter life, because this is awful quality. We're gonna actually take this out for now, because... and actually check with the analyzer to see if we got anything with this. So it's shortest life, we got some stuff, but upgrading the quality of this might be useful. So let's quickly put some of this liquid DNA in here. Good, and we'll purify our shortest life serum to a bit of a higher quality. At least we got it half done, though it still is going to take a bit more than that to satiate our desires. Ha 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 ha. It's hard to laugh when I'm eating, you know? So, we still have awful quality, even though it took a bunch of our liquid DNA, and we'll keep that going. And as you see, the purifier takes a huge chunk to be able to get stuff. Even to get it to poor quality is pretty poor, and we still have horrible amounts. So, we're still going to... What we can do is breed them naturally, though that isn't fun, breeding them naturally. Who has time for that? I guess I kind of do, considering I've been doing that pretty much most of the time. So we'll... Okay, be right back. Okay, we at least got an autarkic ore gate. I saw that we had ore gates, and good thing, because these are all ore gates anyways. So we're going to want, when there is no frame, we're going to want some redstone signal. And we're also going to want, when there is, what was it? It's set so that when there's items in the inventory, we're going to want an energy pulsar. That does include bees. Actually, it doesn't include bees. Sweet! Bee integration for the win! Haha! Okay. Now, a useful thing about the system we currently have right now is the fact that this relay, I believe when you shut off the power, it'll just jam, so we can get a nice buildup of stuff in there. Average quality, that will be decent. So we'll throw our average quality in here, and our inoculation should go at a much better rate than it was before, and I really like that outline of stuff, you know? Was kind of good. So we'll throw this stuff in the meantime since there's nothing else, and it kind of sucks anyways. Oh, we still have a huge buildup over here. So let's grab a bunch of our bees. We're going to want all of these to be analyzed as much as possible. This common drone is going to really meet its maker. But all of this, I think we can just analyze quickly, and for the price of only 1 drop, get all of these perfectly good. Now, I still don't know why it gave 10 per. It's kind of creepy that it did that. So we'll just throw these in. We'll get the liquid DNA from this eventually. It'll probably take a bit of time. And once these are completely... I won't make that joke again. We'll throw them into the apiary upstairs and have them running. Okay, both of them are fully inoculated, it appears, and what I've seen is I had to ramp up the thing from, poor quality to good quality, and good quality seems to, let's put these in first. Good quality seems to give a chance of, like 100% chance of one of the traits changing. But I think excellent quality, I haven't really done any experimentation, but from what I see, I believe it gives 100% chance of changing both of the traits to whatever you specify it as. So, even though this is a fast worker, it has the shortest life, meaning that it should be a plentiful way to get some bees. I'm not sure how short the life would be, but... bee. Anyways, I'm not sure how short the life will actually be, but it should be enough to be valiant through all of these efforts. Let's get the sugar out of my way. And we're still going to need to do a bit of breeding. We still have this rocky princess to upgrade a bit more, though I think we got a rock on for it. And all of these are still going to need to continue, and I'm going to try to get the next stage of this rocky and stone one. Currently I have both the rocky and stone. I think the next mutation for that is to get basically breed them both together. Now I have a lot of liquid DNA here, and from what I've seen, to purify all of this stuff, it's going to take a lot of both A, buildcraft energy, and B, liquid DNA. So getting liquid DNA is important, but also if we're going to want to get any sort of better assembly, like the gene pool doesn't use much in terms of energy. I'm not too sure what the analyzer is. Well, in terms of energy use as well, but I'm sure it's not as much as the gene pool. Well, I can't really be sure, but anyways, the Inoculator and all the other machines are advanced, and as such, they require a lot of energy, and hopefully what I'm planning to do is expand this downwards, have a bunch of different levels. We're going to need to get this cave dweller serum to be a little better, so we need to purify it, and it's probably going to require a lot of liquid DNA to do so. Well, I think that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. That's just awful. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.